Hello, human designers and human design curious. Welcome to Earth Sun Human. I am Isa Silver. In my role as a human design translator, I am always following the sun and earth movement through the sky and using that as an excuse to help me learn about the details of humanity, what humanity is being programmed with right now. We can see it in the news and we can see it in the birth charts of the new humans being born. This is the energy that they will step into, a role that they will play. Their sun in the gate of authenticity, a behavior of being one's self, grounded by an earth in the gate of flexibility, able to break the patterns when necessary, able to handle the challenge of going outside of the patterns. This is a balance. It also happens to be a polarity we might see in other traditions. This being winter solstice week, we always have the sun in gate 10 now during this time, which of course does lead into Christmas, doesn't it? And for me personally, because of my unique design, I am very much affected by transits of gate 10 and gate 15. And if you looked at big events in Isa's life, there would be many of them, both positive, so to speak, and negative, so to speak, have happened to me in the winter and the summer solstice weeks where gate 10 and gate 15 are in strong play. So what I'm going to do this week is continue the pattern set up by the prior podcast, 12 Blue Lines, where we look at the first line of each gate and then the second, the third, and so forth. This gives me a chance to understand the balancing energy of these two forces. Starting with the foundation of authenticity, it's modesty, but it's not modesty that comes from some kind of moralistic judgment about how one should be. It has to do with a truly genuine recognition of one's place. One's place is not where one's mind thinks one should be or where one's father conditioned one to think one should be. It's right here, right now. Right here, right now, modesty. Balanced by its opposite intention, its duty to accept challenges with a sense of duty. This kind of challenge is the one that comes from the pattern not repeating, the pattern breaking down, something like that. But life needs to go on, and so you accept the challenge with a sense of duty. Now, the natural at authenticity doesn't need anybody else. Voluntary isolation to maintain individuality is the hermit. On the other side, influence, modesty leading to enduring standards. Everyone sees that this person can be flexible and go with the flow and whatever change needs to happen, and that looks good to other people. Martyrdom looks entertaining to other people, even when the martyr is not successful, so to speak, not able to fully get rid of those norms. At least they look like they're doing it, and we recognize that, right? The rejection of standards as a martyr or example is the third line, balanced out by ego inflation. Ego inflation to abandon modesty in case of success. That's what's going to be learned here in trials and errors with flexibility. I mean, that sounds like broken bones, like literally, doesn't it? I wonder if that's my situation. And then there's the opportunist. There is a moment for transformation, and the opportunist recognizes the right moment for it. Sometimes just talking about it, but other times actually being there, able to carry out a successful change by being in the moment as oneself. And remember, there is no awareness in the identity center, there's no energy. necessarily in the identity center, but hey, I guess it's fueled by a couple motors, so maybe I shouldn't pursue that idea. But what's happening over here? The wallflower. The third line gives us ego inflation, and the fourth line gives us wallflower, modesty as a shield against disappointment. You know, that fourth line wants to be extreme. But oh, I won't let you know that. And then there's the heretic. This is what people want to see from authentic behavior: protest against standards and traditions. There's there's no awareness of the tribe here, right? Remember, this is individual survival going on this side. We don't have any emotional awareness. We don't have any tribal allegiance. This isn't like surviving through the material plane. This is pure animal survival right now. And sometimes the heretic actually pursues higher principles and directly challenges existing norms, and that works out. And other times they push it too far. The opposite of pushing it too far is being sensitive. And that's what we get in the fifth line of flexibility: the ability to sense when behavior must be adjusted. On the bright side is Jupiter here, the power to grow that results out of the ability to live through extremes with the right timing. And then there's the role model, so to speak, of behavior, of authenticity, authentic example through actions rather than words. Of course, that's the aspirational line, and the sixth line can absolutely be hypocritical about that. And you know what? It's not the sixth line's fault. It's hypocritical. Just blame the position of the sun. What happens on the other side of exemplarity? Self-defense, re-examination to find the weak point. The power of the self to explore extremes in order to find and eliminate the weakest point. More sense when I read the shadow side brought by Venus, the need for harmony, which makes it impossible to explore things and find the weakest point. So that sixth line is exploring the edges of the patterns, but maybe it won't actually explore because it wants to get along and not be extreme. Oh, those six line problems. So if I were to try to summarize this, it might just be something like be yourself and go with the flow. So easy, right? Depending on how your life has progressed, more or less easy, right? Um, if you want to learn more, here's your text. If you happen to be in Baja California, like I am right now, and you want to connect, you can find me here. I'm making offerings in Aura. And if you want to know more about me, there is some information. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to improving this Earth, Sun, Human rollout. And if you have suggestions or even stories about your own solstice experiences or other patterns with the transits that you'd like to share, I'd be happy to hear from you. Send me a message. And a very peaceful solstice to you.